Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. In reality, you are that unknowable reality. It is obvious when one doesn't think, and when one thinks, it looks like ignored or veiled. So the direction is towards the source of the mind, the source of any movement, let it be expressed by thinking, conceptualizing, feeling, sensing. To give less and less, till not at all, power to the mind who took over since so long. So actually we are tyrannized by the mind. That's why one searches something else. One has enough. And even like that, you are always yourself. But you are not at rest if you listen to the mind. Because the mind is formed with stories, the time, the space, the past. That's why Papaji had a very strong sentence telling, vomit the past, be freed to belong, to believe that you are born, that you are time and space. So to make it obvious, nobody can do it for you. Someone can always indicate the direction. You are that. For a moment, don't take a movement. Don't hook at a movement that you already know. But the desire to do it, that's left with you. That's why you need fire for freedom. The desire to abide in the self. As you always abide. Abide in the self, knowing that everything else is the mind. Any questions about that? Any thing which still troubles the search or makes you believe you are not realized, please ask, try to see what it is. Dedicate a moment to that direction. And if I speak of opposite direction, is because I speak to someone who believes is away from what's real. Otherwise it makes no sense, because you are that ever. You will always be that. You ever have been that. So it's up to you to take what helps the most. Yes.
That, can I also say I'm this?
If you like. But that and this has no contrary. Okay? It's not like this and that, or that and this. Okay?
Same.
That is an expression, an indication to what is not objectifiable, cannot be objectified. This also, that or this. You see. Otherwise, if you go into the flow of objectification, it will be this and that. It's always this and that. Oh, it's black, so it's white. Oh, it's white, so black can come. Like that. When it's unknown, not objectified, not conceptualized, that.
This seems more nearby.
Doesn't matter. I say, if you prefer this, take this. Yes.
I have this question.
A little louder, please.
Louder.
Yeah.
I'm aware this might not be answered, that there is a mystery in this question, but this has stayed with me for some while. And if I'm already, when I'm already there, no matter if I'm born or if I die, and when I die, why was I ever born? Why this whole...
To speak about that and to realize it, you need to be born. It's a paradox. Otherwise, who is there to speak of what? And since I believe I am born, I hear about that or this. And anyway, the self, what's real, expresses itself all the time. It's like that.
So if everything we perceive is like a dream state, then why is there such a big consistency?
In the dream, the time is short. In the waking state, it's long. There is not much consistency as you think. When you sleep, what happens? When you dream, I forgot what I said. When you sleep, where is the time? Where is what? And even in the waking state, you have moments of You are cut off from the time. Some event, a beautiful sunset, an eclipse of the moon. You are in awe. You don't think. Continuity is the quality of time. Looks like, looking like. Yeah.
In the beginning you say to ask if there is anything that makes us still believe that
Yeah.
I'm not realized.
Yeah.
And so I can say I have this double thing going on, it seems. Like on the one hand, I see that one is always that,
Yeah.
when I inquire.
Mhm.
But then on the other hand, I still have the eye rising that makes me sometimes believe that I'm that I.
Mhm.
So I just want to bring
Yes.
that up.
Yes, but why do you think that when this eye rises and is busy with time, why do you think you lose yourself?
No,
Because you believe that when you are quiet, that is more real.
yeah. But it's like I can still become deceived, like for certain periods.
But
of
you are,
time.
you may, in time, you have to be deceived, huh?
Okay. Yeah.
In time,
But yeah.
unless
But-
you
but
have a
that-
crack. Huh?
That makes me believe that I'm not realized.
Yeah,
you know?
sure. But don't place yourself in time, in reality. If you place yourself in time, if you made some practice, you are sometimes the observer, the witness of, and sometimes you are completely identified, and that will be the game of the time all the time.
Yeah.
It is the expression of the self in duality. Okay? So when you are quiet, don't think that you are more real, because then you speak again about I having the experience of quietness. Mm? So I think remove the belief that when you are quiet it's more real.
Okay.
So you have not attained anything. What a luck. What a luck. Otherwise you will lose it. The proof. Yes.
Ugyanez volt velem is, hogy én vágytam, hogy viszonylag egy eredményre vágytam, hogy csendesen legyek, és ezt meg is kaptam.
I was expecting a result like to be more quiet in the mind.
És ezt te is megerősítetted, hogy ezt láttad rajtam, hogy tényleg csendesebb vagyok,
And
mint
last time you
régebben.
said I'm more quiet than I was before.
De hogy ezt kérdeztem is, hogy ez végül, és akkor ez érzem valahogy ez nem számít, akkor sem.
But ultimately it doesn't count, isn't it?
If for you it doesn't count, very good, then don't worry about the state of your mind.
Hát, az mégis nagy siker van.
But still
It counts.
it's a little win.
go towards the source of the mind. You see. Who is agitated or who is quiet? And just dive there for a moment. Is there anybody observing what's going on then? Tell me. Dive there. Yeah.
You mentioned to vomit the past, and it seems like it's happening for me in the past few days very much.
But you see it?
Yes, but the emotions play so vividly in the mind that I just ask your help and blessing to put it down.
Yes.
So I can be fully here and present.
You see, trust that if you see it, you are the one who sees. You're the seer. You're not what you see. Let it be agitated, let it be anything. Doesn't matter.
But there is the dirty pleasure in, going into it also. And it's like, I see that also.
Okay, so
I
that you
also
put
see.
at the feet of the Master. But you see it. This is the most essential. You see, we have too much this concept that there will be no duality anymore once we realize it's not possible. It's not possible. It is attached to this body. It will go when this body dies. But you can still free yourself while alive. You know what's going on. You know where to put it. You know it happened to this, which is time itself, so past and future. And yet, I don't want to be deluded. I know it, so I remain. I abide where I can see that. And even if you have the strong experience, I'm lost, it's just an expression. You see, to be like this will ruin the so-called reality of all those expressions. Because even if it is expressing in this way or in that way, in this way or in that way, somehow you know what it is. You definitively know what it is. And you don't need to search yourself. You are that, where all this is played upon.
Ganga, what does it mean to be a realized person?
Everybody's realized, and let's say the realized one is the one who knows what's the mind and doesn't believe is the mind. It's the expression of what is. And the one who is so-called believing is not realized is because he believes in his mind. He believes that the mind is the only thing which is, and so that's real. Not so. Actually, everybody ever is oneself. Is the real nature of everybody is one and the same. Already, always. Where do you put your look? That is the difference, you see. If I put the look to a tree, that takes the shape of the tree. And so on. If you don't look at anything for just a moment, why? Yes.
I brought you this because I promised you this, that I would give it to you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Zen flesh and Zen bones. Yeah. Very good. Flesh and bones and Zen. You want to read one?
Sure.
Loud, huh?
Yeah.
You can hear. Ah.
So.
And now you sing.
So,
While singing.
the flower shower.
The flower. Let's have a little blood in the flesh.
Okay. Okay. Subhuti was Buddha's disciple. He was able to understand the potency of emptiness, the viewpoint that nothing exists except in its relationship of subjectivity and objectivity. One day Subhuti, in a mood of sublime emptiness, was sitting under a tree. Flowers began to fall about him. We are praising you for your discourse on emptiness, the gods whispered to him. But I have not spoken of emptiness, said Subhuti. You have not spoken of emptiness, and we have not heard emptiness, respond the gods. This is the true emptiness, and the blossoms showered upon Subhuti as rain.
You see, it's much more powerful. It reminds me a beautiful, very, very short story. I was walking alone with Papaji on a very, very noisy lane towards the bazaar of Lucknow. And I could see that his eyes were completely emptied. And suddenly it tells me, it's not even emptiness. As soon as the expression, the description comes out, it becomes a concept. And a concept has a certain shape. It's not even emptiness. This is real.
Papaji say about love? Is it just a feeling that comes and goes?
It can be too. I think you cannot really speak of love. What do you mean? If there is no separation, what is it? And then waves of love as we know expresses itself. The source of these waves of love has no name. If you like, you can call it love. I heard Papaji saying once, when two love, it's because they love the one. Means, actually one loves the self in the other. You know? Yes.
I'm aware that I'm a bit of a novelty junkie, so if I was to keep empty, my person mind wants to know if having desires is necessarily, does it necessarily mean that it is bad as opposed to just being silent and being still and coming to satsangs and just sitting under a tree, or following my highest excitement. I came into this form to follow my highest excitement, to be more creative. So sometimes at satsangs I feel like, where is my balance? Should I choose between just sitting under a tree or
Yes,
following
yes.
my excitement?
Yes, yes. You can sit under the tree with your companion, no?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, in the history of the Vedas and all the rishis and all, they were accompanied by their wives, or the wives by their husband, which was a rishi. You see, it depends very much where you look. Alone, not alone is not the point. It's not the point. The good company is the one who looks to the same, into the same direction. You see? There will be no much discussion then if one is lost into something or away, if you look into the same direction. Now, regarding excitements in life, which can be very different from the excitement to realize the self, you have to make your mind what is your priority this life, actually. You see? And that is up to you to see what really you want to accomplish before this body extinguishes first. And then go for it. And the rest will follow. The rest will follow. Or not, maybe not the way you thought, but anyway, it is attached to this body to do a few things or not. This is uncontrollable. Huh? Did I answer?
You did, and I'm getting that I can have both. I know what's my priority, and I feel I've kind of achieved it through dry fasting and things like that, where I have pretty much deprogrammed myself of my programming. So I feel now I can have both. Maybe I'm not clear.
You are clear, but I don't believe it. I don't believe in the success of it, to have both. That's what I said. See your priority. Or keep both, but you cannot be as much totally successful in realizing the self if you keep both. I prefer to tell you. You may reach a few beautiful states, no doubt, but to realize will not be possible. But you have to trust, you see. You have to trust that for what you dedicate all this life brings you also a life. And trust, it's the life you have to live, that you need to live. Even if it was very different when you conceived it.
I would like to ask something.
Please.
I seem to be quite good in expanding, and I'm very good in shrinking. And it seems that the moments where I shrink very often have to do with men and with me being a woman. And I wonder whether maybe you can tell me something. What is it that inside of me that allows this to happen?
Because you are a woman.
Yes. but there's something, yes, that's true.
So
I believe so.
you believe so, yes.
Yes.
You believe so. And of course, we are not mad. This body looks like a woman, okay. And you have a sense of being a woman. So that brings all sorts of experiences, including the one you told. But in satsang is to know our real nature. Am I a woman in reality or in appearance only? If you don't consider your body, your feelings, your concepts about you, who are you? Then you may not have this trouble that you ask. Hmm?
Yes. I do not have the trouble. But I do.
So you see, it's a choice in a way to really dedicate more time to know what's my real nature, or to try to live in a more beautiful way the fact that I am a woman. You have to see what is your priority, and once you realize your priority, you have no thought about how to live. The life which is given to you is the life you live. Yes.
It struck me very, it keeps coming back, something you said, there's nothing to be attained. I'm already that.
Yeah.
And I know I'm trying to attain freedom, and I'm trying
Yes,
to attain...
you see, the seeker, of course he has a goal. A goal from where I am, I want to free myself. Huh? So liberation is the goal for the seeker. So he thinks it is an attainment to get in time, because he cannot believe that he can question, who am I actually? Am I the one I think I am? But at some point during this journey towards liberation, one will hear, but it's not in time. I hear I'm already that. So what does it mean? Why should I believe I'm a seeker at all? Why should I believe I am a human at all? A being? I should not keep any belief. So is there any attainment there? Who is attaining what?
It's so unbelievable. It's all there already.
Yeah.
Am I alive then?
If you ask me this question, you are just alive, yeah. But what do you mean by that?
If I'm not born, if I'm not the one who is born and died, then
This body is alive. Yes.
that is not me.
Huh?
That is not me.
It's your appearance, a particular appearance of what you are. A particular appearance of what you are. Yes. In the appearance, you are done. You are not somebody else. If there is a search, just look. Searching what? Who is searching? Because after all, it's when you stop searching, when you stop making efforts, that I who is searching will disappear as a concept of reality. Hear that. If you don't hear, ask. Yeah.
Ganga.
Yeah.
The eye is searching for sleep now.
Yeah, you are tired, huh?
Yes, because I stopped the sleeping pill now.
But did you leave the light open as I said to you?
Yes, but I stopped the sleeping pill.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, and that means that the eye cannot sleep really good, or the body. And I have time then in the night when I not sleep that I do self-inquiry. And it's the first night was really that I really just was aware there is the body which had this problem, and it's absolutely has nothing to do with me. It was really just the body, and really it has so nothing to do with me. And then at the end it was also away. It was there was just nothing, just aware or what. And then the observer came in, and then the observer from the observer, and then there was nothing again, and
Good, okay.
yeah, it was really a blessed night, absolutely. but now it's the second night and then the third night. Yeah, and I see it's the problem of the I and the body and mind, but there is no I. If there is no I, then
there is just a tired body.
it's just a tired body. Yeah. Yeah. But if I take the sleeping pill again, then I have 20 kilo more like now, and my surfboard is then a little bit and I hate it really.
And your mattress as well. Your mattress.
Yes. So
Can I assume you?
yes, that would be really great.
Maybe your wife can do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I don't know what to do.
Maybe somebody here has natural powers, flowers powers.
Yes,
So
really,
visit him after satsang.
Yes.
Please.
I
He
tried
needs
everything really, and
No, you didn't try. You will have a new.
Yeah.
It's good to sleep, it's natural.
Yeah. But I'm asking myself, it's also the process of this awakening or so, because also in the night or when I fall in sleep, there is always the mind who is observing everything, controlling and blah blah blah. And then immediately there is nothing. But then is also no sleep. Thank you.
We'll come back. You see, one can sleep because at some point he gives up everything. Otherwise you can't sleep. It's a instinctive, natural state for this body and mind. And he knows how to give up at once. Oh! Lina. Very happy to find it. But the one who goes to sleep, he gives up everything at once, no? It's always at once. But he knows he will wake up. So that is kept. That I keeps that. While when you do self-inquiry, you take the risk to lose forever the reality of I. Because it's also about giving up.
Okay.
It's also about giving up
Yes.
self-inquiry. But don't worry for the sleep. Sleep, you will wake up.
But it's really at 4 o'clock I wake up and then there is nothing, and really I have it since 13 years and I didn't know what is it, because then I thought there is nothing, there is
But
nobody.
good. Now you know what it
Now
is.
I know it, yeah. Yeah. But then I really 14 years, or no, 13 years or 12 years I tried then to come in the body again and to feel myself, because I was thinking only the body can sleep, and if I'm nothing and so nothing can sleep. So
Yeah, but
really-
this is the mind.
Yeah, this is the mind, yeah.
So don't
Yeah.
go there now.
I don't go there now, yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So anything you would like I speak about? Or you prefer silence?
Ganga, tell us more what it was like to be with Papaji.
In 1 minute.
As long as you like.
First of all, this meeting is the fulfillment of the desire I had to meet a master. And so to live with him was just the continuity of this fulfillment, having the belief, the trust that being with the master, as I read in many, many stories of disciples, master, from the Tian tradition at the time, I wanted to live that, and I was living that because it was the way. I thought it was the way. So I fulfilled that journey. I had the luck to fulfill that journey.
Did you feel like in higher consciousness all the time with him?
Oh,
In
the meeting was, I could recognize him only because in his presence and by asking me what I wanted, I was thrown in, we can say, cosmic consciousness as it was conceived, so I knew my mind cannot conceive more, so, but I was thrown there, but you know, as you are thrown in a state, thrown, it was a state because somehow it faded away, even though I was left in a kind of samadhi to wait for his coming back as he left. But that's the story. And all the rest, it was a mix of waves, huge waves of golden days, means it's just what else can you wish to live in this life than to be at the feet of your master? And so the wish every day was there, oh no, I can die, it's fulfilled. And then after years of that, there came the hard time to face all the beliefs I had still in the reality of my mind, my events, my circumstances. Yet, as I say, I had the luck, and you have the same luck, to keep contact with the trusting guy, the guy you trusted, so that you can cross all this, you see. And so on. The waves are endless and different.
But I don't have the same luck because Papaji died before I could get there.
But don't worry, he's taking care of you. Why do you doubt?
It's the mind.
Yes, don't listen. Don't listen. At Guru Purnima, I ended by telling, the master never dies. The form dies. But the master never dies, and if you want to meet the master, it will be in front of you. You have to trust that. Because anyway, this path, even self-inquiry, is about trusting your guide, the finger which shows you the moon that you want to reach. So that you have to keep, unless you are not at the proper place, and then your real desire will bring you at the proper place. And once you know you are at the proper place, don't look back. You trust, because there will be times where your mind will be so rebellious, so touched that you will lose faith. You may lose trust. So remember, don't lose trust. Don't lose trust. In the indication, you may lose trust in the form. Never, please, never, in the indication. It's too precious. Something else?
I love you.
I love you too.